Right, so it's really windy, so I've laid the GoPro quite low. Hopefully you guys can hear what goes on. I'm going to try and do a 3x3, well no, I'm not going to try, I'm going to do a 3x3 top setup, so as a shelter. We did it with a British Army Basher yesterday, which was quite small, but you could fit one person in decently. So we're going to have a go at this one and see if how it works and what the difference is between this one and the one we did yesterday. I've got Gray with me from the group. We camped out all last night and all day yesterday we were here. It's absolutely brilliant spots. Very windy. We had troubles last night. Gray's shelter actually tore apart, unfortunately, and he spent a lot of time sorting that out. And then we got here and woke up about, it must have been about 4 o'clock in the morning, and the front of the shelter the wind just ripped it apart. It was a nightmare. But yeah, we're just gonna set this up and see how we go on. Hope you guys enjoy this one.
Shiny bit goes on inside.
Shiny bit goes on.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
So you get on in the wind. It's not that windy now.
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah,
get those two corners
Yeah.
frozen over now.
Yeah.
Then we'll put the driveway. also, as you can see, it's really spacious. Ray and I put this up within.
No, you did. I left you to do it again.
Well,
Deliberately.
It didn't take us more than 5 minutes. Did
I
it?
left you to do it deliberately to show you'd fair put it all by
No,
yourself in the wind.
It was really good. It didn't take us about not even 5 minutes to put it up, really.
Bearing in mind we've got a good 15, 20 mile an hour wind at times, haven't we?
Yeah. So I want to show you how spacious it is. So I'm gonna ask Gray to get inside with me.
Oh, here we go.
Go on, Gray.
Oh, kneeled on a peg. There you go. Very comfortable. There
Right.
you go.
It's very windy today. We got gale force winds going on. So we had unfortunate issues last night where Gray's
It wasn't that bad.
shelter got ripped apart a little bit.
Little
It
bit.
wasn't bad at
A
all.
little bit. It still worked.
But you know what? Gray gave me something, and I'll let him explain the sleeping bag system.
Oh right, it's a USMSS modular sleep system. Basically comprises of 4 parts: stuffed sack, bivy bag. The bivy bag actually totally encapsulates you, goes over your head, so you don't actually need a tarp with it. You can just pitch it anywhere and stay totally 100%
Yeah,
isolated from the elements in it.
yeah.
It has 2 inner bags, a patrol bag as they call, which is like a summer bag, and then a heavier cold weather, probably like 3-season bag.
Yeah.
All combined, I'm not sure of the exact figures, but it's rated down to something like -40, the whole system.
Well, I tell you what, last night with the wind blowing, and it was pretty chilly, it got pretty chilly, I put the hood over me.
Yeah, you did,
Yeah?
yeah. I couldn't believe you did it, to be honest.
It-
I was that warm, I just put it over me and didn't even zip it up, and I was snug as a bug.
But it was, yeah, you were. It
Yeah.
was toasty, and you know the reason I put it over was more because of the noise of the wind. And when I did put it over, it's like everything disappeared,
You got
and I just snuggled in.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was probably 10 degrees, and maybe colder than that in the wind last night. It's a -40 bag, so you're going to be warm, aren't you?
Absolutely,
You
it
know,
was.
you're gonna
I
be
was
warm.
toasty.
Yeah.
I was really toasty.
If anything, it was overkill for last night.
It was.
you
It
know.
was overkill, but
But
you know
I'd sooner
what?
be warm than cold.
Exactly. You know, it was warm. It was dry. It was. You know,
Yeah.
kept the wind off me completely. And I think the thickness of the layers also helps to sort of cushion you.
It does, yeah, it gives
Yeah.
you a nicer base to sleep on.
Yeah, it cushions you
Um,
quite a lot.
You were on a thermarest as well, weren't
I
you?
was on a thermarest
And I
as
was
well.
on,
Yeah.
I was on an expert down mat.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
fantastic bit of kit by themselves.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I was looking at that. You inflating that. That's an absolute
Yeah, with the
cracking system.
integral pump in it.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll have to do a review on that at some point.
Yeah, we have to.
down
Yeah,
mat.
we should
Yeah.
do. Yeah. But
Yeah.
as you can see, look, it's spacious.
Got loads of room.
We could get our down mats here and you know.
Easy. Well, I'm about 5'9". There's a foot between me and the end of the tar.
Yeah.
And there's probably a good 2.5 foot in front of me.
Yeah.
To the opening.
Yeah.
Loads of room.
And really, if you lie down, none of your body is actually touching
No.
the top of this,
No,
of this
no,
canvas,
no,
so
no, not
the
at all.
top.
No.
So
Bear
you
in
know,
mind
don't
as
be-
well, there's that many tie-off points on the 3x3 of the DD.
Yeah.
If you were in the woods, you could tie this up into the
To the
trees,
trees,
to give you
yeah.
even more,
Yeah, even
more
more
rigidity
space,
and
that's
more,
right,
more,
yeah.
more height
Yeah.
inside. Yeah.
Now, we tried this yesterday with the standard British
Just
Basher,
a standard army, British Army Basher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
We still got 2 of us in it.
we
Didn't
still
we?
got 2 people in
Yeah.
it. It was
Yeah.
still brilliant.
Yeah.
So this is a cracking setup. Lightweight, compact, easy to set up. One person in the wind will set this up easily in 5
5
minutes.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need more than that. Easily in 5 minutes, and you got enough space for your gear. You got enough space for 2 people. I would actually say if I was going on my own, I'll just use the Basher.
I would, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just
It's
the Basher.
Ultra small, packs size of a tin of beans. It's ultra light.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect for
Yeah.
one person on your kit. One thing I would like to add is this pole.
That's what I was just about to speak about. I got this yesterday. We stopped off somewhere.
It was Taylor's in Kirby Lonsdale.
Yeah, Kirby Lonsdale Taylors.
Taylor's, no affiliation, but a nice plug for them.
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
there.
Look, we're not doing a review for them, and
No.
we're not affiliated to them whatsoever.
Credit
but
where
you know
it's
what?
due. Good guys. Cracking shop.
Yeah,
Cracking
credit when it's due.
Yeah.
True enough. So we picked this one up. I think this was about £9 something that I bought it for. It's got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3,
5,
4
5
and a
is
half.
it? Yeah.
That's a little section there, so that you can sort of adjust it more. And for the 3v3, the full section is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
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 And what I've done is on the top,
Put a rubber ferrule off a walk-on stick on it,
put a rubber ferrule off a walking stick,
where you also got from Taylor's
which I also got from Taylor's
for pennies.
for pennies, and it works
The
brilliantly.
beauty of this pole for me is that normally I would use like a telescopic walking stick. And I mean, it's no great shakes using a walking stick. You put it in, you extend it, you tighten it up. However, this, it's ready-made. It's the perfect height for it, and it frees up your hands. You just put it in and it's done.
Yeah.
With a walking pole, you need to hold the pole in position, make sure it's on the strengthening point of the tarp, and then you tighten it up and trying to pull it at the same time.
Exactly.
But whereas with this, it's just straight in,
straight in and done. Yeah, straight in and done.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to say as well is on the British Army Basher, you take one of these sections off,
It does the same thing,
and it does the same thing.
it's perfectly made
So
for
it's
it.
perfectly made for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually reckon this. Well, it's an ex-British
Is it a
military
British
pole.
Army?
Yeah,
Right,
it is.
that's
Yeah.
great.
So I reckon
Yeah.
that was made for
Yeah.
the Basher and so on.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could
it comes
well
in a
be.
DPM sheath as well, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
Little
It
DPM
does. Yeah.
pack
It does.
back.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I remember rightly, you get 2 stakes with it as well. Like
You do.
You get 2 semicircle stakes.
That's right.
One that sits either side of the pole that you can hammer into the ground to keep your pole.
Which stabilizes it in place.
Keeps the pole
Which
straight.
I thought was a brilliant idea.
I
We
did.
used it yesterday
Yeah, we did.
on your shelter at the
but
back.
Yeah, you tried to hammer it into
Yeah.
a piece of granite, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. But it held up.
Yeah,
It did held up.
It did. It certainly did. It's done the
Yeah,
job
brilliant,
perfectly.
yeah.
But I'm really impressed with the pole. Just the fact that it's one piece and it is the perfect size for the 3v3.
It is. Yeah. It
For the
is.
3v3 tarp.
Yeah. I actually think I might be stopping off there and getting another one at some point.
Well, it's definitely an investment.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but big shout out to the guys at Taylor's. Thank you, fellas.
Yeah.
Looked
Thank you
after us
very much,
yesterday.
guys. You did look after us, and
Did.
it was a brilliant little round trip we did there. Great. Thank you very much for bringing me to the spot. It's absolutely
well.
amazing. I had a cracking evening last night.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
Had a cracking weekend. Thanks, Alex.
Cracking weekend. Yeah. Thank you. The meal was great, even though
Yeah, Alex had cooked a cow between us. I've never eaten so much steak in my bloody life.
it was nice though, wasn't
God,
it?
yeah.
So we enjoyed ourselves. We got a bit blown around, but it doesn't matter because it was absolutely brilliant.
Slept like a baby though.
Yeah, I did. We had some company that showed up yesterday, and they sort of camped all the way around us and stuff like that. But you know
no
what?
problem, was it?
It was no problem
They
at all.
didn't
No.
come near us. They kept themselves
No,
to themselves.
yeah.
They're quiet enough, and you can't ask for any more than that, can you?
Yeah, no. It was absolutely brilliant.
Do
Yeah.
you know the one thing that strikes me inside this normally? I've done a lot of tarp camping over like 35 years, a lot of it. And normally in strong winds like we've got today, the noise inside of these tarps, these nylon tarps, they flap around and it will keep you awake all night.
Yeah.
But this setup with that pole, the way it's set up,
Exactly.
it's that tight.
Exactly.
In this wind, it's absolutely.
It's like the wind just funnels right
not-
through it.
It's not moving.
It doesn't flap
It's
at
not
all.
moving. No,
No.
It's not flapping around. It's
No.
absolutely totally silent. And it's blowing a hoolie out there right
Yeah.
now, but I can't feel a speck of bit of wind.
That's it. Yeah.
You know?
So it's not bad. It's quite stable, and it's not flapping about.
No,
And
not.
this front section at night, you can actually close that off. That
Yeah.
you've got a little triangle where the camera is.
You can close it off if it's
Yeah.
really cold and you want to try and retain some of the heat.
Yeah.
You can actually
Yeah.
close off the front. And
On
leave-
that sleeping system, you're not going to get cold, are you?
of course
Do you know
not.
what I mean?
No, but not
Yeah.
everybody might have that set up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can close the front over. It leaves probably a 6 or 8 inch little triangle at the front for ventilation.
Yeah.
Well, there's loads of ventilation anyway, but
Well, we set up the British Basher yesterday,
yeah.
right? And we left it for about 4 or 5 hours there,
yeah.
didn't we?
It didn't move, did it?
And gale was blowing.
Yeah, and
it didn't move
It didn't
an
move,
inch.
no, no.
It stayed all torqued up and straight and everything
Yeah,
like that.
it didn't budge.
So honestly, this setup, if you're alone or 2 people, and you're going to camp in areas where you don't really have access to trees and so on, you know what? I reckon I'll stick my neck out and I'll say that this is just as good as any tent out there.
Oh, gotcha, absolutely.
If you just carry a thin ground sheet with you, what more do you want? You know, you could go to the extreme where you could actually dig out a little trench around this,
Yeah.
and pile some soil or moss on the sides,
edges, keep the
over
wind
the
out.
edges, to keep the wind out.
Also acts as a drainage as well now.
Acts as a drainage as well.
Yeah.
You know, so if you are doing like quite a few days out camping, you could do that. You could pile some moss on the side or dig a trench or something like that. But it's absolutely brilliant. And right in front where the camera is, or just further back to the camera, you could actually have a little stove going there.
Absolutely.
And
yeah, you can cook in
Yeah.
that, in the mouth of
Yeah.
the shelter there.
You don't need any more than
no,
this.
You can cook in that mouth easily enough, and it's totally wind free.
So yeah. So for you guys that are making excuses for not getting out because tents are too expensive, or you can't afford the price of the tents or whatever,
35 quid for a DD.
35 quid for a DD 3B3, and away you go.
Again,
9 quid for pole.
Yeah. Again, guys, you know, you don't have to use that pole for 9 quid. You can buy a walking stick for 350 or whatever.
Exactly.
A couple of quid in one of those sports
Yeah.
shops out there, whatever.
Yeah. You can even, what you can do is get yourself a tennis ball, and when you go camping, just get yourself like a piece of hazel or anything like that, which you cut to the right length, and stick the tennis ball on top so it doesn't damage your tarp. That's a good way. I've seen that done before.
Or you could do what I was going to do yesterday and use a spud.
Yeah,
Stick it
you
on
could
the
use
spike,
a spud as well. Yeah, you know what I mean. So there's so many options, but you don't have to go overboard to have a
No,
nice, decent
of course
shelter.
not. Wild camping, survival camping, bushcraft, in any way, shape or form, it is what you want it to be. It is what you make it, and it does not have to be expensive.
No, it doesn't have to be expensive,
It doesn't have to
and
be.
it can be just as enjoyable for anybody, right? So if you're thinking of it, or if you are already doing it and you didn't think about this setup, honestly, try it out, because it's a brilliant setup. Absolutely.
But there's a diagram that we got from Carl Dobson from Sierra Survival. Hello, Carl. And it's basically a picture of all the different tarpology
Yes.
setups.
Yes.
Fantastic illustrations, all the different tarps. There's loads of them. So it might be an idea to post that again.
Yeah, I'll post that on the groups.
On the
Yeah.
back. So
Yeah, definitely.
big thanks to Carl from Sierra Survival for that.
Yeah,
as well.
big thanks, and hello, Carl. I know you sort of had a hard week this week. I think he's still out there, isn't he?
Hard week. Is that what you call it? Hard week.
Yeah.
Hard week.
Yeah.
So holiday somewhere beautiful.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely beautiful location.
He is, yeah. He is in a beautiful location, but it's work for him, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
You know what I mean? It's
of
work
course
for
it is.
him.
It's still work.
Yeah. But Carl, a big hello from us, and we
Hello,
miss
mate.
you, and you know we really need to get you down, yeah. And if you guys do sort of enjoy survival and stuff like that, and lots of topics, Carl is a world of knowledge, isn't he?
Absolutely. I'm a survival instructor, but he is something else.
Yeah, he's a world of knowledge.
That guy, he's a gentleman, true gentleman.
Yeah.
And what he doesn't know isn't worth knowing.
Exactly. So what I'm going to say is worthwhile visiting his channel, worthwhile clicking on his channel for notifications, and
Absolutely.
worthwhile following his channel, because Carl is absolutely brilliant guy.
He is.
And you know what? He's one of them as well that is so down to earth and humble. He will help anybody. You know, his knowledge is spreadable, and he's got this motto that knowledge is there to be shared, not to be kept.
He's a gentleman, isn't he?
So he is a gentleman. Any of you that fancy this and see this video, we got Facebook groups that you can go on to. We got UK Bushcraft and Gear Review.
Yeah.
We got UK Bushcraft
Wild camping knowledge.
Wild Camping Knowledge that you can go on to. And then Sierra Survival Friends as well.
Yeah.
That's a cracking group as well that Carl has got. And we are mods on his group. I'm administrator on his group as well. Graham is administrator on one of my groups, and mods on others, and everything like that. So, you know, we're a team. We work together.
Absolutely.
And we support each other.
Absolutely.
And there's so much knowledge, so much information, so much nice things to see and to read on the groups, and cracking people to get to know as well.
Any questions, ask.
Yeah,
There's no such thing as a stupid question. If you don't know,
Just ask.
Just ask.
so come along, join the groups, and get to know everybody, and you know, a world of knowledge there by itself as well.
Yeah, we're pretty near future as well. Maybe we might look at putting some meets on.
Oh, we're definitely going to put some meets on.
So
definitely.
Yeah, so keep your eyes peeled and see what happens.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled, join the group, and you might get to come along to one of the meets as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, we want to organize some meetups and some camps.
Yeah, we do got some skill sharing, some workshops going on in the woods and that kind of thing. Some demonstrations, workshops, and
to give you a bit of an idea, is everybody in the groups, they all have different things that they add and that they bring, skills that they bring to the group and contribute. Myself, I'm a crafter and a carver, crafter, and what else? An idiot.
You name it, it goes.
So on the side of hand skills and so on, mainly that's what I concentrate on. Gray, survival instructor as well. He's a world of knowledge, gear review, type of gear.
I'm a kit junkie. I've got grands and grands and grands worth of gear. I can do reviews forever.
Yeah. So that's another set of knowledge. Carl from Sierra Survival as well. Water purification, fire making, all sorts.
Yeah, water acquisition.
Yeah, water acquisition, all sorts. Is honestly world of knowledge.
The only thing you won't find me putting any demonstrations on is foraging, simply because of there's a lot of toxic plants and mushrooms and that kind of thing. I don't intend being liable for anybody eating the wrong thing.
Yeah, it's something I sort of stayed away from.
Yeah,
I think that when it comes to wild edibles, it's everybody's individual belief on how they should tackle that world of knowledge.
Yeah.
My personal belief on is that you should go, get yourself a course with qualified people that do it day in, day out, not people that cover a big array of aspects in the bushcraft community. I would go and seriously book myself a course with someone that specifically is an expert in wild edibles, right? And hand to hand, that you learn properly what is what and so on.
As soon as somebody else took responsibility for that.
Yeah, it's not in our groups. It's not something we encourage people to post and talk about wild edibles, mushrooms, and whatever.
Too much of a grey area.
It's a very grey area, and
there's too many edible substances, plants and natural growing substances.
Exactly. Yeah.
But there's too many copies of those substances which are pretty poisonous, or
yes, there is
even lethal in some places.
And there's a lot of people on Facebook that sort of think they know everything about everything, and everybody's got an opinion, and in each person's opinion might be different to other people, so it can get a bit confusing and so on. So what I would say is, don't try and learn off the internet, don't try and learn off Facebook. YouTube videos and all that, it's all out there just for general information, but don't take it as rock solid 100% guaranteed.
It's a bit of fun.
It's a bit of fun. So
it's a hobby and a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know, when
we teach survival, but we're not actually expecting you to need those skills for real.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So when you do come to wild edibles and stuff like that, remember, it's your life that you're playing with. It's your health that you're playing with, and what I suggest you do is you get expert advice and you go on courses and you progress yourself learning slowly. I'm not expert on edibles and wild foraging, so it's something I would never attempt to cover.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it was. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it wraps it up. Yeah. Again, great. Thank you very, very much.
No, thank you, mate.
I had a lovely weekend.
Absolutely great time.
Absolutely enjoyed it,
Great
and I think we mustn't leave it too long before the next one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great doing this little video for you guys. I hope we didn't bore you too much, and I'll bring up some other top setups. I think I'm going to do some more top setups and so on.
Yeah. Have a play with it.
You guys. Yeah. Well, all the best, and hope you enjoyed the video.
Adios.
Bye.